Hi everyone, it's Miranda. We are going to do another video today. Thanks to everyone that has requested videos. It is very kind of you to be willing to come back and watch me be kind of goofy here for a few minutes. What I am interested in doing today is removing this mani. Right now I'm wearing Aurora by Revel nail, and underneath the mani I put the Sparkle & Co. Luxe Peel Away base. If you are interested in that product, I have two other videos, one where I'm using it and one where I'm using the pop-off method to remove it, which involves just popping it off of your nail. Today we're going to try a different way to remove it. We are going to do the soak off method. So I have some supplies here, and what that means is soaking in acetone. The theory would be that since there's a peel base underneath the dip, the acrylic dip, that there's a barrier between the nail and the acrylic dip, and that peel away base is likely to help lift off the manicure quicker because it's not completely adhered to your nail. So the way I applied it right here in the center, and I left the perimeter bare. And with that in mind, then really the dip should theoretically be gripping my nail along the perimeter, and then be gripping the barrier with the peel away base in the center. So really just the acetone has to kind of like loosen up this area, which is already getting loose because this manicure, I did it on Saturday morning, and then today's Friday night. So this one lasted 6 days and still looks good. This has a little bit of lifting here. So I could really easily pop this thumb off and probably work these other ones off pretty quickly. But you can see that in my other video about popping off your dip manicure because you've applied a peel away base underneath it. This hand doesn't actually match this hand all the way, so we won't talk about that, okay? That's our secret. But I'll go ahead and be honest with you. I know you guys are like, get to the point, Miranda. So actually, I'll tell you that story here in a second. Here's what I'm going to use. Most ladies use 100% acetone. What I'm using is, actually it says it's 98% acetone, but this ultra powerful Q-Tex works really well for me. So that's just, what I elect to do. And I haven't actually tried 100% acetone that I can think of. I already had this product in my routine because I used to do my own gel nails, and this was good for removing the gel, and then I had it and I started using it when I got into the dipping world, and it's worked great for me. So this is what I recommend, but honestly I don't have experience with like the blue acetone. Everyone just calls it the blue one. I'm sure there's an appropriate name for it, but so I have that, and then I have these cotton, it says it's cotton pillows, but they're just little, they're kind of like lint-free ones, I feel like. There's like a wrapping around them, so they don't shed as much as a traditional cotton pad would. And then I have a Ziploc bag, beautiful, right? I have a glass bowl, and I'm gonna put some hot water in this in just a second. And I forgot to grab this. Okay. And then I have some inexpensive coconut oil. So what I would do here, and this wasn't really intended to be a how-to soak off video, but it kind of ties into what we're about to do. To test our theory, we're gonna see if soaking off with the peel base is faster than soaking off regularly. And I'm not doing like a time compare. I'm just kind of doing like a general knowledge check here that if this comes off pretty quick, then, you know, sometimes soaking off your mani can take like 10 or 15 minutes. It just kind of depends, it varies. If you have a glitter or a flat color, it ranges. Some are just easier to remove than others. Typically, glitters are more difficult. But I put the cotton pad in here. I put a little dab of the coconut oil so that the acetone doesn't completely just destroy my fingers and the skin around my fingernails. And then I am going to, actually I'm going to fill this up with the hot water real quick, and then I'll come right back and I'll show you as I stick my hand in here and pour in my Q-Tex Ultra Powerful. So just a sec. Okay, we're back. And so I filled my bowl up. It's just a small glass bowl. And it's maybe 2 inches of water or close to that in this bowl. I got my baggie with the coconut oil and the little cotton pad already in there. And then I'm going to pour in maybe 1/4 of a cup of this. And of course it's a new one, great, so it's not open. I'm gonna dig it open here. Maybe 1/4 cup of this ultra powerful acetone nail polish remover. And so this, actually, let me read it to you. It says, for hard to remove glitter, gel, and dark colored polish. So, you guys don't have to use that. Use the blue stuff if you like. All right, so I have my other phone here. I'm not touching it yet. Let me do the timer on my phone, because I guess we should figure out how long this is gonna take us. All right, stopwatch. All right, so here we go. Oh, and if anybody's curious, I dipped my pop socket, and I dipped it in a Sparkle & Co color called, here, let me focus it, called Glass Slippers. And I want to redo another one because it's not the best application. It was another experiment. Clearly I like to experiment. All right, let's get focused again on what we're doing here. And start. Okay, so I got hot water in here, as hot as you can stand it. It's really just as hot as my sink can make it, which is like burning hot. We've got really good hot water in our house. And so then we'll sit here and then I can yammer on about other things that are going on. My husband kind of makes fun of me when I tell stories, because I will tell about 5 other stories just to tell one story, because you know you have to have the background, the story before the story, the side story. It's just when I get to talking, I sure will. And then here's what we're doing off to the side while we wait to soak off is little one time, because it's Friday and the baby is asleep. Oops, well look, I just cheered myself. And it was a long week at work, and I'm excited to have a nice glass of wine. These things, in case you're wondering, they're, dang it, I didn't mean to ching again. They're ice cubes that are metal ice cubes. They have like liquid in there that freezes. They're mostly for when you have like a whiskey, is what they're supposed to be, bar ice, so it doesn't melt down your drink and water down your drink. And for me, with the wine, then I don't have to water down my wine if I want it to be nice and ice cold. We're at 1 minute and 44 seconds. I can feel like it's lifting already. I was gonna tell you a story about this hand and why it's not as cute as my left hand, but I'll be perfectly honest with you with the peel away base. You can mess up, right? So I messed up, and I did 4 dips, thin coats with, I used triple vitamin base, and I did 4 coats of Aurora when I dipped, and I did that on Saturday morning. Well, I did my mom's nails on Monday night before I was leaving town on Tuesday morning, and I had to go on a business trip, and Tuesday to Wednesday, so this hand, I felt like one of them was getting loose, and I popped it off. And then I was like, oh no, I've got to go on this business trip tomorrow, just in case. Maybe I was too generous with the peel away base when I applied it. When I did my mani, then I was like, maybe I'll just pop them all off, you know? So I did pop them all off, and I was in a rush, right? I just did my mom's nails. I needed to pack still. I did not have a lot of time to be doing another mani. And so I did rush popping them off, and I ended up tearing a little bit of my nail on the end of this pointer finger. And so that's why it's shorter than the rest of my nails. And so I didn't have time to do like recreate the nail with a coffee filter. Oh look, oh, this is almost done. It's 3 minutes and 40 seconds. This is basically all the way off. You guys, this is crazy. So I just did like 3 quick dips, didn't really file. Luckily with the triple vitamin formula, you hardly even have to buff. So that's what this hand is doing, and it was just kind of, you know, enough to get by. Oh, my thumb is clean all the way. I just rubbed it a little bit with the cotton pad. Let's see, my pointer is clean. It's 4 minutes and 11 seconds. There's just kind of like a little edge here. And I'm keeping the cotton in the bag, you can tell, and just kind of still using it to rub. But yeah, the only places that the dip is still stuck is just on those little edges. And here. I'm gonna do my whole mani over anyway, so I don't mind if this right hand gets goofy. Okay, look, I'm just rubbing. If I had started rubbing earlier, I was hoping to beat 5 minutes. If I had started rubbing earlier, I think I would have made it. That's what I get for talking a lot. See if you can kind of see. So these 2 fingers totally clean. Just doing a little rub on the side. That's where there is still a little bit of dip, but this looks pretty good, and I feel like that was way quicker. I don't know what your definition of, you know, fully soaked off would be, but I feel like that was really speedy. And that nail just has a little on the edge, and I'm very picky. I want to get all of it off. If you do have just a little bit of residue, you can always kind of buff it. But really this pinky is just the only one that still has a little bit of stuff on it. Maybe I should kind of rub a little harder and being like so delicate with it, but yeah, these are good. Pinky's almost done. Sorry, this isn't the most exciting video. I don't know if if it should be more interesting. But what I was saying before, don't rip it or force it off of your nail. You know, take your time, do it the right way, and you won't risk tearing your nail. I'm not saying that this is a perfect process. When you do the peel away, you can mess up really anything, right? So just be careful, especially if you have natural nails and you're trying to keep them to a certain length, then of course you don't want to goof it up. All right, well, it's 6:53. It's still running, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit stop. So right before 7 minutes, Thanks for lasting this long if you lasted this long. Hands totally clean. Some of the nails came off super quick, like it was still in the 4-minute area. And then the rest took a little bit long, but it was just more so just on the sides to get it cleared out. But I think that looks pretty good, if you can tell. And I think that for me, I'm going to keep using this peel away base. Even if I am soaking, I do think it makes a difference as far as soaking time. And I've been liking the results. I mean, it lasted for 6 days. I did my mani Saturday morning. It's Friday night. My left hand stayed perfect, perfectly intact. There was just a smidge of lifting, so I was ready, which is great because I wanted to change my color anyway. I just got some really great colors in. I got the VIPS colors from Sparkle & Co. And then I got, which is Hawaiian Sunset and Delicate Peach. And then I got the Mermaid Mimosa and some other things. But yeah, I'm trying to decide to do a St. Patrick's Day mani or not, or just use my new colors that I love. All right, well, that's all I got for tonight. And I hope wherever you're watching this that you enjoyed watching me soak off and that this video was helpful. And if you have ideas on anything else you want to see, let me know. Bye.